know you're like, girl, this angle. I know I'm giving y'all all the good lighting and stuff. But anyway, the point is, we are here with a movie review. Now, I know. It has been a while since I have even thought about YouTube. Like, I don't even want to say I took a hiatus. I mean, I kind of did. But it's just, what do y'all want from me? But no, I have been focusing more on Twitch and trying to grow over there. I mean, I feel like I've done a good job, growing on YouTube, and I'm, constantly growing every day. But, I want to be on different platforms. Like, y'all know I'm on Instagram, okay? Follow me on b.blu underscore Wakanda, okay? Go over there, get you some couple laughs and stuff, because I post memes and I do like little mini edits and stuff. But I promise y'all, I have not done edit in a long time. Why? Because Twitch really don't, I mean, it kind of does, but it really doesn't really require that, right? So yeah. But either way, without further ado, we are here with It Chapter 2, okay? Now, I saw the first movie a couple years back. I can't even tell you when that movie even came out. Don't even care. But I did watch the first one. I did try to watch the original, but I was like, I can't. I don't even want to try to entertain, because, you know, I feel like at that time when that movie came out, of course it was scary, because at that time that's what was given at that time. But from what we see now, looking at stuff like that, then I mean, obviously it's a classic, but at the same time, I'm just like, bro, this is stupid. But give honor and glory to God. The Tim, what's his name, Tim Curry. Love Tim Curry. Like, that man is a beast. Love that man. Probably will cry whenever he dies. Is he still living? I don't know. But anyway, my point is, like, one of the movies that my mom is afraid of is Jaws. You look at that shit now, and I'm like, bro, that is not scary. But of course, at that time, for her, it was scary. But, bro, I'm not even about to give it my time or the energy. No. But, so I watched the first one a couple years back. Hilarious. Like, one of my favorite parts of the movie was when Pennywise was cutting the jig. that that one, and when what was it, Billy, when he was like, is this real enough for you? Am I real enough for you, Billy? That is my favorite part. Love that part. But other than that, like, that whole movie was just hilarious. Like, the whole purpose of a scary movie is to scare the shit out of you. But when you understand the formula and what they're trying to do here, they're gonna literally throw anything at you. And I feel like in this day and age, because we have the technology and because of the CGI and all this other stuff, they are literally going to throw anything at you for that scare factor. But when you really look at the story behind it all, it's like, this is stupid. This is very stupid. Thus, we have It Chapter 2. Now, I don't know when this one came out either. Don't care. So I'm like hella late to the party. Very, very, very much late to the party. But people was like, I remember when it came out, everybody was like, "Oh, this was stupid. It was dumb. I hated it." Like, it was a lot of bad. Like, it was bad. Like, bad flack. And actually, I could just give y'all the Rotten Tomato stats at the bottom of the screen, probably over here or wherever I decide to put it, of what the critics say, the audience score and all that good stuff. But y'all know me. I don't go based off of like people's opinion. I do it on my own merit when I feel like it. And I was like, you know what? I feel like watching a scary movie. So I sat there last night and I watched, and when I tell you that shit was garbage, beyond smithereens. Like, I could see why a lot of people was like, this was pretty trash, because it was very much all over the place. Okay, like, it was all over the place. It was a lot of stuff going on where it was like, what is this? Like, it wasn't even. I don't know if they're trying to give like a bit of a backstory of who Pennywise is. I don't know what it is they're trying to do, but it's like one minute they're trying to throw in what is it, equality in there. Then next thing you know, like even the characters, I was having trouble because they have the in the first movie they have them as kids, right? And then in the second movie they have them as adults, right? I was having trouble trying to figure out who is who. Like the only few that I could like point out that I was like, okay, was for diversity reasons. You have the obviously black guy in there, and then you have the obviously woman, she's in there, and then you got the one guy in there that you can obviously tell because he's wearing glasses. You can obviously, but other than that, everybody else, I'm like, who is this? Like they were talking about Stanley throughout the movie, and I'm like, okay, which one of y'all is like who was that? Like which little boy was Stanley? You know? It wasn't until I had to look it up where I was like, oh, okay, now I have an understanding of who these people are. But it was that, and then you had two actors in there that I recognize. The one that played the girl, the older one, she was in The Help. I know that, and she was in a lot of other movies. And I think her name is Chelsea something, but she has a butt chin, so I obviously can point her out. She was in it, and then the dude that played Charles Xavier, him, he's in the movie. Um, it's like they was. It took them. I'm trying to figure out where to like place my thoughts here because it's almost as if. Cause I'm trying to understand what it is they were trying to do. Like, cause at one point, like I said, they were trying to do like a little bit of a backstory, but they didn't really go anywhere with it. Like, there was a point where they spent a bulk of the movie. Oh yeah, by the way, y'all, spoilers. Okay, anybody that has issues with spoilers or just don't give a shit. Like, cause me personally, if it's a movie that I know I'm not gonna watch, like spoilers don't bother me. But if it's something that I am gonna watch, don't tell me spoilers. Like I want to experience this on my own, okay? But if you don't care about spoilers, that's fine. But spoiler alert, you've been warned. Ooh, excuse me. What time is it? Okay. So they spent a good chunk of the movie doing these little flashbacks. I mean, that's literally all this movie was. Like, it was present day and then flashbacks, you know? And I couldn't understand if, as far as like timeline is concerned, if they were, was this after they defeated Pennywise in the first movie, or was this during? Because they would do these little individual flashbacks where each character had their own personal encounter with Pennywise or something tied to him, and then it meshed into today and present day still encounter with that same thing that happened then is happening now. And I'm trying to figure out, like, was this before or after? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, this the storyline, like the timeline is kind of off for me. But they had like one moment which I was like, did that really happen? Like, did that really happen? Like, your mama got kidnapped. Like, the little boy that had asthma, his mom got kidnapped. She down in the basement getting tongue kissed by Pennywise best friend or whatever, whoever that was. He was tongue all up in her mouth. And the little boy just ran off and left his mama there. He just left her there. And I get he couldn't, like, free her. But I was like, did that happen? For real? Like, and she was okay afterwards. Like, she's not traumatized. Like, then at one point, which I thought that would have been kind of genius. One of the characters, the boys that was bullying the kids when they were younger, when he resurfaced, I thought it would have been genius if they would have been like, okay, Pennywise ate him or took him out when he was younger, and then he came back in present day, still looking young, but is like demonic. Like, that would have been perfect. But no, even that was kind of thrown off a little bit because he's walking back. I'm thinking, because that's what I was thinking. And then he's walking back, and we see somebody being pulled out of the house on a gurney, and then we remember, oh, this is back when he was a kid. So then we go in the present day, and now he's in the psych ward, and I'm just like, um, like even that was kind of stupid. Like I'm trying to figure out like why, like I'm trying to figure out like what sense did that make, like, cause then it wasn't even cause they try to make it seem like he was one of Pennywise's minions, like but really he was just deranged. Which I'm like, what could have possibly happened where he became deranged, where they put him in the psych ward? You see what I'm saying? Like what happened for him to be, turned into that, um, but it was just like, and then there was moments in the movie where scary shit would happen, like out of the, I know, I know, out of the ordinary shit would happen, but then the characters would be like, oh, we should get out of here, we should run, but they're still there. I'm like, oh, somebody got some sense, but they're not doing anything about it. Like, so there was one scene when the girl, which as an adult, she goes to her old childhood home because I guess she was trying to find something that's in there. She goes, door opens, it's some old lady in there. And I'm sitting here like, y'all gonna get real tired of trusting these old white women, because I promise you, each scary movie, they throw in these old white women. Y'all be like, yeah, sure, give me a glass of water. And then they turn into snakes. They turn into demons. I mean, oh my God, y'all just keep trusting these old white women. I don't trust it. But this lady was like, yeah, sure, I insist that you come right in here. But see, even with that was like they were trying to give a backstory on that, or at least give some sort of a story to who Pennywise is. But they really didn't do a good job at it. Like, so the lady, she's in her old childhood home. She's walking around, looking at everything's still the same after all these years. And this woman, she's over here talking about some, I'm about to make you some cookies and all that good stuff. And, she looking around. And at one point, she was in the back, she tripped over something. I don't know what she did. And, and then, I'm posted up here so y'all can see. Homestead was in the back naked, cut the jig. I'm like, what? And then they tried to show like little pictures up on the wall of, Pennywise before he turned into Pennywise. And then you had some little girl that was sitting standing next to him. And then the lady in the back talking about some, she's daddy's little girl. So you're saying this is Pennywise's daughter? Is that what y'all trying to tell us? And then she came flying out the back, titties flapping in the wind, and I'm like, oh my God, this is not it. But see, the thing is, throughout that scene, the lady would be like, okay, I'm gonna leave, and the lady's like, no, I insist you to stay, and she just still sit there. I'm like at one point she looked at the lady's chest and saw like little holes in her chest, and saw that was weird, and she was like sweating and then staring at her and all this and drooling at one point. And she's like, you know what, I'm gonna leave. And the lady's like, no, I got cookies for you. And she's like, okay, cool, I'll eat it. Like, she's like, I really should get out of here. Like, as soon as the lady walked out of the room, that's when you should have left. But no, she's still sitting there looking around like, what else do you need from her? But yeah, it's like it was their little attempt to say, oh, Pennywise got a daughter. But it was almost like, okay, so what? So what? So what? Like, that doesn't explain anything about Pennywise. And then the way they had to defeat him, like they had to do some sort of ritual, whatever. Which I'm like, what? Because y'all got mad at the black guy because he didn't explain that when they tried to do the ritual the first time, they all died. And he was like, oh, it's because they didn't believe they could kill him, right? But if I told y'all that, then y'all wouldn't have believed it, right? And I'm just sitting here like, okay, but y'all should have known and put two and two together and be like, okay, so he's saying that these people did the ritual to put whatever spirit Pennywise is back in whatever, and Pennywise still running out here. You see what he's still running? Why? So y'all didn't think, oh, it didn't work. I've been questioning. So he's still here though. He's still here. So it didn't work. Like nobody thought about that. No, they just like, oh yeah, sure. And then another thing, when the black guy showed old dude what he saw in that, he literally sat there and said, I saw everything, right? But then later on in the movie, that's when we find out that the people actually got killed, okay? So if you saw everything, you mean tell me you ain't see that? All these little plot holes going on over here, and I'm just sitting there like, that don't make sense. Like y'all ain't question, like you ain't see that, and you sitting here all shocked and surprised, and then I'm sorry because you sitting here, they even tried to tie Georgie little boy and another little boy together, like, oh, it's happened again, but it didn't mean anything. It didn't mean nothing. Like this, they tried to have a, I don't know if they were trying to make this guy the main character, like the main number. I don't know what it is they were trying to do with this character, but it's like he's the main person, the main protagonist, but then he's not, because it's like he made it his mission to save this little boy, and he couldn't because Pennywise got him, okay, and then it's just nothing. Like, okay. Like, I mean, yeah, they, like, we're going to kill him, but you would think, like, because he's sitting there thinking that Georgie's death was his fault, and it really wasn't. He's like, oh, because I didn't want to play with you. That's not your fault. Okay? Like, that, I ain't had to play with my sister all the time. If she dies, okay, that's not my fault. Okay? And the fact that he was holding on to that, and then he was, like, you handled that in the first movie. You did that in the first movie. Y'all remember that scene when he came to the realization that, you know what, this shit ain't real. It's not my fault. And he was able to realize that the demonic Georgie was demonic as fuck. Okay? So why is it you're doing it again in the second movie? Like, what is this same stuff going on in the same, like, it's the same thing. You're dealing with this again. And then they was trying to make it like, okay, you are this writer and you wrote a book that was good, but everybody hated the ending. So then it was a bad book. Like, what was even the point of that? Like, and again, like, they were trying to explore, like, the sexuality, and, you know, they kept throwing out the F word, and, you know, all these little gay slurs in here, and they were insinuating that one of the characters was gay. And I'm like, okay. But, and I'm trying to figure out, like, did he have feelings for one of the characters? Like, I don't know. Because one minute he was like, was it the guy that died at the end? Now, that right there, I was a little sad. Like, that was probably only the good part. When the guy that had the asthma that was scared more than everybody else is the one that ended up dying, man, I got a little choked up just a little bit. But other than that, I'm just like, bro, this is stupid. Like, it's so stupid that they try to make some relationship between the guy that stutters, him, and the girl. All because she thought that he was the one that kissed her in the first one, when it was really a fat kid that did it. So now they messing around. So I'm like, it's almost like they wanted, like, naturally, you would have been like, oh yeah, those two would naturally be together. Naturally. Because that's the feel that we're getting, right? But then her and the fat kid get together because she realized, oh, it was him. So then it's like, okay, like, really, to be honest with you, if I'm in a scary, and they always try to do this in a scary movie, they try to make a relationship happen. If I'm in a situation like that, I'm not thinking about sex. I'm not thinking about nobody. I just want to go home. I just want to go home and be with my dog. That's what I want. I want to be with my dog. I want to cuddle. I want to take a nap with her. Do you realize dogs are the best people, or whatever the people is, to take naps with? Oh my gosh, they don't. Only thing they do that probably get on your nerves is farting. But other than that, bro, dogs are the best thing to take naps with. Oh my gosh, yes. This movie here, and it was almost like, in a sense, a nostalgia. Like, y'all went through this already. Y'all did this already, and then it's like a chapter two. And I hope this is it. Like, I promise y'all, like, they don't need to do no more after this. They don't need to do nothing else after this. This needs to be it, because no pun intended. This needs to be it. No pun intended. But I can't. I cannot. This is, what time is it? On a scale of 1 to 10, from 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, I'm gonna be fair and give it a 4. Be real fair. I'll give it a 4. Okay. Other than that, I'm real interested in seeing like what the critic reviews are, because this right here was not it. And again, once you realize the formula for any scary movie, like if you take away all of the scary and all that, it's all stupid. Stupid beyond smithereens. Just stupid. Absolutely stupid. Okay? Like, there's, when you take away all the scary and the jump scares and all of that, it is absolutely, like, the storyline is dumb. Okay? It's a dumb storyline filled with a bunch of scary stuff. That's not even scary. For somebody that is easily scared, I was not scared at all. Like, I'm sitting here, like, the only part that kind of creeped me out was when they took that little boy head and turned it into a spider. That's the only reason I was like, okay, y'all do it. But see, that's the thing. They will throw anything at you. Like, oh, let me throw this at you. See how you feel. That's how it feels. Like, let me throw something at y'all. Like, this not. Anyway, y'all, I'm about to get out of here. Yo, we gotta talk about, bro, Dr. Seuss is under fire, y'all, and we gotta put it out, okay? We gotta put that shit out. Oh my gosh. I'll see y'all over there. Bye.